Everyone, welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're going to be getting ready to celebrate my nephew's birthday. He loves banana cake and we are going to be making Choco-Banana Cake for him. So let's get started. We're going to be putting in 4 tablespoons of butter, 1 1/3 cup of sugar, and then I'm going to beat that up. So whenever I'm getting ready to bake, I like to get all my ingredients out and get everything ready, measured out. But one thing you always want to do when you're baking is get everything at room temperature. So I want to make sure absolutely that I have my eggs and my butter, and today we'll be using sour cream. So I want to make sure I get that out and I let it set out for about 20 minutes just to get to room temperature. Okay, as that's beating, I'm going to get my 2 eggs in there. Remember, break it on the table. And before I put the egg in the mix, I always put in a little bowl just in case it's rotten. So there goes my 1 egg. Let that beat up a little bit. Here's my 2nd egg. Let that beat up a little bit. So, a little trick I do with bananas. I'm always buying fresh fruit at the market for the family. If we don't eat bananas, I freeze them. I put them right in the freezer and then I bake with them. When you're baking with bananas, you don't want to use real fresh yellow bananas. You want them to be a little black on the outside. So this is why these look so black. They've been in my freezer. When I open them, they're going to be really gooey and ooey and yucky, but they're going to actually be very delicious. So these were frozen. I just stick them right inside, right on the shelf. 2. You can see all the juices coming out. I think it actually makes it better for bacon when you have them in the freezer like that. But I don't like to waste anything, so if no one eats the bananas, guess what we're having? Either banana cake or banana bread. Okay, get rid of these gloves. So next thing I'm going to do is add in my 4 bananas. I'm going to mash them a little bit. I'm going to pour them in with the butter, sugar, and eggs. This is 4 bananas I've used. I'll mix that up a little bit. Okay, my next ingredient is going to be 1 cup of sour cream. Sour cream is the fat that I want to add into this. You should always have some kind of fat when you're baking. And what the sour cream also is good for in this cake, makes it nice and moist. Bananas make it moist, but so does the sour cream. Some banana recipes don't call for sour cream, but I always like to find one that has sour cream in it. So that's pretty mixed up. Now, we have all of our wet ingredients. Now we want to mix together all of our dry ingredients, and then we'll add our dry to the wet. In here I have 2 cups of flour. It's already measured out. But what I like to do with flour when I'm baking is sift it. So I like to put it in here. Usually I measure it out right into my sifter. And this is sifting. I'm a little messy with it, I guess, right? Next, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Put that right in. I'm going to add a little more flour. Sift that together. Just to mix up nice. When I was younger, baking a cake, I used to just throw all the ingredients in. I'm not really good with recipes. And what I've learned over the years is that you always separate wet and dry. Okay, so now we have our dry here ready to go. And I'm going to add this little at a time. So maybe like a third of this. Put in here. And then I'll mix it up. I like to add a little at a time because I don't like my flour shooting all over the place. It gets a little messy. Add another third. Starts to shoot out. Okay, and now I'll add the rest of my flour in. Now I have this standing mixer. You can bake with a handheld mixer. It doesn't matter. This is just what I use. I like to use this. Now as that's baking, I want to get my dish ready. We're going to be using a 9x13 baking dish. This is a glass one. Some people like to rub butter on it. Some people like to get a can of oil, put oil and then flour. I just use canola oil. I get it at the supermarket. I spray it. Now I'm ready to go. Okay, here we go. Wasn't that quick? This is a really nice, moist cake. That's why I like banana cake. I like to make banana bread a lot too. If you like nuts, you can add walnuts to this. I'm just going to keep it with just the banana in it. I'm going to give it a nice little mix here. Now I'm going to pour it in my pan. Again, this is a 9x13. So I'm always telling you guys in class to eat healthy, right? I know you get tired of hearing that from me. One thing I also always tell you is that it's okay to have cake and cookies sometimes. This is a great way to get a nice dessert in, a piece of cake, and get a little fruit in too. Okay, so here's our cake. I kind of shake it a little bit because there's air in there. I want to get those air bubbles out. Now into the oven. I've already preheated my oven, so when I was getting all my ingredients ready and letting them get to room temperature, I put my oven to 350. I'm going to put this cake in. Put my timer on. 20 minutes. If you don't have a timer on your oven, use your phone, use a watch, whatever you have. Okay guys, I will see you back in 20 minutes. We're back. The cake is now finished. It ended up taking about 25 minutes. So now what we're going to do is ice it. You can leave it right in the 9x13 pan and ice it right in here if you want. I happen to have a tray that fits it, so we're going to just flip it right out on the tray. So I'm going to take my tray, put it right over my pan, and I'm going to flip it over. And here's our cake. Ta-da! This is our banana cake. Now we're going to ice it. My favorite icing is cream cheese icing. And then when you put chocolate in that, it's even better. So sometimes I will make it homemade. If you make homemade cream cheese icing, it's just cream cheese, butter, and the powdered sugar and a little vanilla. Today I'm going to show you a little shortcut. It tastes just the same. We're going to use the store-bought icing. You just want to open it up. You buy one. I think I got this on sale for $1.49 at the supermarket. Stir it up a bit. And then we're going to put it right into our bowl here. This is a shortcut. So really our cake today, I guess you could say it's like semi-homemade. The cake is homemade. The icing is not completely homemade. Okay, so here's our icing. This is cream cheese icing. It's so yummy. What I have is baking cocoa. I'm going to add this to it. You can just buy chocolate icing if you want, but I like the cream cheese flavor, and then I like the chocolate with it. So I have this chocolate because I use this at Christmas time for my cookies. So I have a 1/3 cup here. I'm gonna get about a 1/3 cup of baking cocoa. And I'm gonna put that right inside. And because we're adding a dry ingredient here, I'm going to add a little milk to it. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon of milk. Okay. I'm going to stir this up again. And this is going to make our cream cheese icing into chocolate cream cheese icing. So the cocoa is really making it dry. That's why I added the milk. If it's still a little dry, I can always add a little more icing to it, a little more milk, which I'm going to add. Okay, about another tablespoon. I'll just stir it up. We can smell the chocolate. Most of the time I make my own icing. It's kind of expensive though. If you have the butter is very expensive these days. Cream cheese, you know, a pack of butter is like $3-4. The cream cheese is usually like $1.50. And then if you're adding cocoa, you have to buy the cocoa. This here, like I said, I got on sale. I think it was $1.49. So it is a little cheaper. Okay, so our icing is ready to go. I'm going to just plop it on top. Now I'm going to use the butter knife, and I'm going to just pull some of this over, and I'm going to just put it up on the sides. Now, what you can do, and I usually don't, you get wax paper and put it underneath the cake, and that keeps your dish clean. So if you're a little messy, like I can be sometimes, that's not a bad idea to do. I'm just gonna go all the way around. This is gonna be so good. Chocolate and banana, what could be better, right? So this is going to be for tomorrow. I told you it's my nephew's birthday. He likes bananas. He loves this cake. So this is what he's getting for his birthday cake. Choco-Banana. Okay. There we go, and just spread the top. Now, if you want to get a little fancy, you can get a spoon. And just make some little marks around the sides. You can do it smooth if you want. Just get the knife and do it nice and smooth. And then the top. So this. Okay, there's our Choco-Banana Cake. And because I told you it's his birthday, we're going to put some little jimmies on it, or sprinkles as all you guys call them, just to make it a little festive looking. You could use chopped walnuts on top too, because walnuts and bananas go well together. There we go. Get a little more colorful. Okay guys, there we go. Our Choco-Banana Cake. I hope you try it and I hope you enjoy it. So for my students, tomorrow on Remind, just shoot me a text and tell me what month your birthday's in. And that way you get extra credit for watching the video. Okay guys, I'll see you next time.